Hi, everybody. It's Monday, right? And you're like, oh my gosh, Michelle, Monday? Really? The weekend already went by? And I'm like, yeah, I know, I'm with you. Well, hopefully you enjoyed watching the information about my ultimate spa experience I do. And you can do it once a month, right? Because you're doing all the cool things. You can do it every 2 weeks. It really depends on your skin type, but it's really cool to do that just every once in a while because your skin just feels so good when you're done. So today my skin's like, oh, thank you. So what I've already done this morning, I've already washed my face with my Repair Foaming Cleanser. I used my oil-free eye makeup remover. I used my Time Wise Eye Renewal Cream here. I used our Time Wise Replenishing Serum C plus E. So that's a serum that I use that helps build the collagen and elastin in it. It's got probably one of the purest forms of vitamin C you can have in it. And so we have that. And then I finish with my day cream, which has SPF 30. So that's what's going on here. But now I'm going to do my makeup for the day. And I do get ready with me videos in my VIP group pretty much every day or every couple of days. So if you like how I'm showing you and talking to you what I do, look at my introduction post and go to my group. But for Makeup Monday today, I also want to show you what I keep my makeup in because that's just as important. So we came out with this limited edition travel color bag, and it is literally the cutest thing, but it also holds a lot, right? So obviously as a Mary Kay lady, I have access to a lot of things, and I still need to organize them, right? So this is my At Play bag. These are color correcting sticks and contour sticks. So if you're somebody who likes the creamy side of things, we have that for you. These are all cream based sticks. And then I even have cream blushes that are part blush plus part highlighter, and they are amazing. And then these were some really cool mini liquid lip kits that we did earlier in the year. Just really fun to wear, and they are really amazing for lasting. And then this is where I keep my concealer, my under eye corrector, which I'll talk in a little bit, liquid cream eyeshadows, which are also something you'll see me use today. And then I also have in here some matte lip sticks and lip liners that match, which are really cool. I might play with one of those today. And then inside here, just so you can see, there's straps that hold your product in. Yeah, I know, right? So I've got my foundations in here, and I'll talk about those. I've got primers. I've got brows, liner, and mascara in here. And then I've got a couple of palettes. I have big palettes full of stuff. But I typically kind of trade out this cute little one that holds anywhere from 1, 2 to 3 to 4 eyeshadows. And I'll rotate in a look from there. And what I'm going to play with today are these. These are our limited edition pink palettes. There's warm pink and cool pink, and they're just too much fun to play with. So I've been playing with those a lot. So so that's what helps keep me organized. And as far as my brushes, we also came out with this really cute brush organizer, which comes with the blending brush that you'll see me use in a little bit. So you can get just the blending brush and the organizer to kind of get you started. You know what's really cool about this? You probably didn't even think about it, but you can definitely use this to hold all your brushes. And then when it's time to clean your brushes, I personally use my brush cleaner and my micellar water. And then, you know, it's really bad to actually hold them up like this to dry, because then stuff gets kind of in the glue of the brush, and your brushes start to break down faster than they should. So you're supposed to either hang them up upside down or sideways. You can lay this flat on your counter and your brushes will dry properly. I know, right? It's really crazy. All right. So my typical morning will consist of me starting with my actually no. I can't find it. All right. So melt-proof makeup look for the summer is you want to take our Scandavia finishing spray, and you want to spray this first before you do anything. Just like that. You want to do an X and a plus. That gets it as much everywhere as possible. Then you want to take our primer. Now our primer has SPF 30. It also fills in all the nooks and crannies, and also has some oil absorbing properties to it. So you can use it everywhere or strategically, totally up to you. But you're also going to find a little bit goes a long way, which is something I love. You always want to go up to defy gravity. All right. I am primed. Then I will go to my under eye corrector. Gotta get used to where I put everything. So this is our under eye corrector. So what happens underneath your eyes? Generally, when you see any dark circles, it's mostly blue that shows up in the purple look. So this is peach. Our scientists figured out that peach counteracts the blue. So I'll actually take this, make sure this is the idea. I will actually take this and apply it now underneath my foundation, so that it can oxidize and actually get the blue to stop, right? So what I will do is I will use my liquid foundation brush. You can use this, you can use a blending sponge, and I just blend it out a little, just enough so it's not too thick, because I want it to sit there and do its job. Like already, it's like boom. If you have any of the bruising in your eyelid area, you can use it there too, okay? So that's that. Now, I don't put my foundation on now. I actually let this all sit. That's what's missing. Translucent powder's missing, but okay. I would also normally do a dose of translucent powder. That's not in my makeup bag. That's why you need to organize. But now I would focus on my eyes. And so what I do for my eyes is I either use the eye primer or I use one of our liquid cream eyeshadows. I like to use those depending on what I'm going to do, because they can enhance what you're doing with your eyes. So our liquid cream eyeshadows come in Light Beam, Pink Starlight, Meteor Shower, and Purple Nova. I'm going to be using pinks today, so by using Pink Starlight as my base, I'm going to pull more pink out of what I'm doing. Yes. Okay. And if you have any questions, pop them below. If you see anything like, oh my gosh, that was great, Michelle, thanks for telling me, pop that below too. All right, so I'm going to take this Pink Starlight, and what I love about liquid cream eyeshadows is you can then just use your finger and get that everywhere. Now, if you're having like a really busy day, you could stop here. You absolutely could stop here. Put on some mascara and foundation and go. Like, these are eyeshadows on their own. I just like to use them in many different ways. All right, so today what I want to do is today I want to play with the cool pinks, which I think are amazing, and I'll be using my Mary Kay brushes. So I'm gonna start with my crease brush, and especially if you are in the youth maintenance mode, or even with more of a hooded eye, you actually want to go with a matte color in your crease. It's actually the better way to go. So in that case, I'm going to use this number 3 color here, and I'm going to put that in my crease. And you're going to see me place this, because I have hooded eyes, just above the crease. You're not going to see me go in the crease. I'm going to go just above there. And I do it with my eyes open to make sure I'm getting it where I want it, just like that. You're going to see me come from there. I'm not going to go all the way in, but I am going to get from outer corner to about 2/3 of the way. Just like that. Okay? So already you're like, wow, I know. Like, these are really pretty colors. I'll come back to that color in a little bit. And then I'm going to come in with my all over eye color. And for that one, I'm going to take the lightest color, because I want to keep this a little brighter today. I'm going to place that here on my eyelid. Now, you'll notice that I'm padding. Padding is going to make it a more intense color. If I swipe, swiping is going to get more of a wash of color. And the other thing too, by using the pink starlight, I've got a natural highlight here going on without having to add more color. So there we go. Let's do just a little more pop. So there you go. And in case you're like, Michelle, those are really pink, they're gonna look different on everybody. And honestly, you can change it by depending on what you put underneath. If you want the pure colors, use an eye primer. We have one. I just really like pulling the pink with the pink starlight. And the liquid cream eyeshadows are crease proof and waterproof by themselves. They're an awesome summer look. All right, so I've done that. And so what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take my blender. This is a new brush with Mary Kay. You're gonna notice the bristles are longer and kind of a little bit fuller. You wanna take this and you just wanna do small circles and blend the lines. And now it just looks like it was magically there the whole time. All right, so once I've done that, now I'm gonna do my eyeliner. And we have, oh goodness, we have gel eyeliner. We have what I would consider traditional pencil eyeliners. And then we have our gel pen. Now, to be fair, I'm an absolute crazy person about the pen. It's also waterproof. So again, think summer, right? If I were gonna spend the day at the pool, you could totally do the melt-proof look. I'll talk about the foundation I suggest. You could do a liquid cream eyeshadow, the waterproof pencil or pen, and then we have waterproof mascara. Like, totally the bomb. Now, what you definitely wanna do, rest your hand on your cheek. You're gonna have more control on what you're doing. And then you wanna just do dashes close to your lash line. The reason why you wanna do your dashes first is when you drag any of your eyeliner products through the eyeshadow, you're starting to dry it out. However, if you do the dashes, you get less product on your eyeliner, and then you can actually connect the dots on top and get that flawless line without drying your eyeliner product out. And I use eyeliner to just make my lashes look fuller, which they automatically do. Right, so then I'm gonna come over here. There you go. Just like that. Ta-da! And they are supposed to be sisters, not twins, just like your eyebrows. So you need to release yourself from that right now. Now, what I also do is, and this was something I learned years ago when I first started Mary Kay, and it was like, what? Okay. Now, I'm going to take this color here. I'm going to take my crease color, I'm going to put it on a smudger brush. So a smudger brush is a very short condensed bristles, okay? I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring it over my eyeliner. Now this does two things. It erases any mistakes so nobody knows your line wasn't perfect. And two, it actually gives a nice little pop to the eyeliner. So if you wanted to do purple eyeliner or blue or green and you have some eyeshadow, pop it onto a smudger brush and give yourself a pop of color. Ta-da! Honestly, that's what made me feel very safe about doing eyeliner, because before that I was always so scared. And now I can goof and nobody has to know. All right, so from there I'm going to take our lash primer. I do this on my lashes every day. You could wear it by itself, honestly. It's going to condition your lashes. But if you do it before your mascara is going to stay even better. And I put the lash primer on my bottom lashes, but I don't put mascara on my bottom lashes. Not during the day. That's a date night thing, because I want my eyes to look more wide open. But that's a personal preference, and that's not like a, oh my gosh, write that down. All right, and then we do mascara. Now, we have lots of mascaras. We have Lash Love, we have Ultimate, we have Lengthening, we have Waterproof, we have Panorama, we have Lash Intensity. So it's really just kind of what you're looking for. Do you want length, volume? Do you want both? Do you not care? Do you want defining? So we literally have mascaras. The two that I kind of bounce between are these two. Panorama is a really neat mascara because it's from the Lash Love family. But it kind of combines Lash Love and Lash Love Lengthening all in one. So if you like a lighter feel of formula, you're probably going to like the Panorama if you don't want to choose. Each formula does feel different. Each formula has a different brush. This one, the brush is kind of cool because it does have a little bit curved and then a little bit straight, but it's also got these little bristles right here on the end. They're great for getting in that inner corner. I think I'm gonna wear that today. Panorama is gluten-free. It's the only one we have that's gluten-free. It's kind of weird. And the formula is, it's just a little thicker than Panorama. And this one is definitely the brush. So as you see here, those are the shorter bristles. And then when I flip it, those are the longer bristles. So you get length, volume, or both. So those two are the two I float between. Today feels like a Panorama day. Here we go. You want to jiggle at the base. Any mascara, if you jiggle at the base, will make your lashes look fuller. And then just up. I saw a TikTok video where some guy did this whole like trying to back comb it. I tried it. Never mind. So there we go. So that's Panorama. It's enough, I think, for like a daytime, like, oh, look, she's wearing mascara, but not a, oh my gosh, what did she do to her eyes? Because none of us want that. There you go. I love those little bristles on the end. So there you go. And the other thing I will tell you, when you want to get more mascara, do not pump. Pumping puts air and bacteria in your mascara and dries it out faster versus swirling. Very important. All right, so that's pretty much it for, oh, we could do, let's see, I should probably talk to you about eyebrows. So we do have brow defining pencils. They are great for extending your lashes and just maybe framing them. They actually come in blonde, dark blonde, brunette, dark brunette, and black brown. So we get the full spectrum of colors. And when you do that, you just want to take your pencil, go from the base of your nose here, and then you want to go to the outer corner to make sure your lashes are fully extended. And actually, it looks like I could probably do a little bit extra over here. Just a little bit. So that's what it's great for, right? So I want to come over here. I'm good here. I'm actually good there, but I think I just want to. So there we go. So that's what you would do. If you wanted to fill them in more, you could. And then we have volumized tinted brow gel. So this is going to make your brows stay. It's waterproof, but it will fill in any gaps. And if there are different colors in your brows, it will tint them all to be the same. Great for when you're in youth maintenance mode, right? And so this comes in the 4 colors, blonde, dark blonde, brunette, dark brunette. And when in doubt, definitely go one color up from what you think versus going down. And we have found that dark blonde works great for redheads, or especially the auburn. So there you go. And that just looks polished. All right, so now we're gonna do foundation. So we have lots of foundations. We have mineral powder, pressed powder, cream to powder, and then we have CC cream, and we have 3D. And so CC cream is great for summer, okay, because it's at least gonna give you the anti-acne, anti-aging, anti-acne, oil absorbing, moisturizing, anti-redness, SPF 15, as well as even out your skin tone. It's also sweat resistant. So again, if you're going to be out playing outside, I think this is a great one to go to. I also like it in between seasons because it oxidizes to match your skin tone. So I do love this one. You have very light, light to medium, medium to deep, deep, and very deep from there. I also like our 3D line. So our 3D foundation line is actually it's a fuller coverage. So if you like more coverage, CC cream is going to be that light to medium coverage. And with the 3D, you can go from light, medium to full. So that's kind of nice. And it also comes in luminous and matte. So depending on the finish that you looking for or the skin type you have, you can get more specific with the 3D. It also has the same resveratrol formula that's in our Miracle set. So you're getting that. And so you're going to want SPF 15. You're going to want 3D, especially in front of all of these devices because of the blue light that comes from the devices, right? So you may not even realize that you're dealing with blue light. Nobody expected us to be around devices as much as we are now. But when your skin is not able to keep up with the blue light, that's when you start to see breakouts and aging faster than you'd like. So there you go. This one, you match your skin tone, but you also match your undertone. So with CC cream, I'm light to medium, but in my 3D, I'm an ivory neutral 160, right? So it's not just ivory, beige, or bronze, but cool, warm, or neutral, and then how you are in the middle of that. So that's really nice. And I do use my liquid foundation brush to put this on. Although we do have a blending brush that really pairs well if you're looking for fuller coverage out of the 3D. It really does give you more coverage. But for today, I'm just looking for more of a light to medium coverage. So I'm going to take my 3D, I'm going to put it on here. And it's buildable. Both the CC cream and the 3D are buildable foundations. So let me explain that. So you just want to kind of dot it and then blend. So for today, if I wanted to not wear blush, I would do a lighter pass on my cheeks and let my little rosiness poke through. Right? And if I wanted to just look more natural, I would do that today. But if I wanted to wear blush and let the blush do all the work, I would do this pass and then I would do a little bit more. But the cool part is, because of the formula, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a whole bunch of foundation. And I can send samples of the foundations. We have a really good quiz on our website that actually gets you down to, like, it really gets you to your color. It'll give you a highly suggested and then a second. I can send you both and you can decide. So now I can come back in and now I'm ready to wear blush today because that's completely even. There we go. Now the only other thing I will do on a particular day, depending on how I'm feeling, if I feel like I want a little bit more oomph out of my eyes, I will take our light ivory concealer. Now our concealers are meant to be put on after you've done everything else. And honestly, that's when you should be doing concealer. When everything else has done its work and there's still a little bit more, that's when you use concealer. But I'm gonna take the light ivory and I'm gonna put it right here and do what I call a 5-second eye lift. Right? Because it draws the attention upward. And then I blend. And like it or not, your eye naturally is now looking this way. And it's a great way to clean up any of your eyeshadow. And then I have my light beige, and I will put that a little bit right here just to give that extra pop to that inner corner, just because it gets kind of stubborn, honestly. I have to make sure it's not the under eye concealer. But our concealers, when placed up on top of the foundation, have light deflecting properties. So they mystify the eye, and the eye doesn't want to look there. Ta-da. And just blend. I used to use my light ivory here, but I felt like it was just a little too light. And I like how this just looks natural, just the way it is. So there we go. Now, the other trick you can do if you wanted to, now that I've applied my foundation, is go back to that crease color one more time and bring it right here and use it as eyeliner and come 2/3 of the way because you want to keep the focus on your pupil. And that's a way to finish your eye without it being too strong. Ta-da. All right. Blush. I don't do blush every day, but for y'all, I'm going to do it today. I'm going to use one of our cream. We do have powder. We do have Chroma Fusion formula. There's like, I think 10 different blushes to choose from, but these are cream. And honestly, when you're in youth maintenance mode, you want cream, not powder. To go with my look, I'm going to go with the pink versus the mauve. So as you can tell, I do definitely use this. And the one half is the blush and the other half is the highlighter. But I've been blending them too much. All right. So what you want to do is you want to do a Nike swoosh. Just like that. Nike swoosh. And then you want to blend. And then I take my cheek brush and I blend. It's a real nice formula to play with. Ta-da. And I do the Nike swoosh because then my face doesn't look clown. It just looks really pretty. All right, so for today, oh yeah, for today we're gonna wear that. All right, so we are gonna wear one of these lip kits today. I'm going to do the pink lip kit. There is a nude one, but this is the pink one. And I made sure I used some of our moisturizing stick on my lips today. All right, so it's got a wonderful self-sharpening lip liner. All right, I should put my glasses on for this. There. I got this one. All right. A lot of people are used to just doing the outside. You want to do the inside too. That way, when the lipstick does start to fade off, you still have lip liner underneath. Just like that. And if you're not perfectly straight with your line, grab your concealer, grab the light beige, grab our concealer brush, get a little bit, just a little bit on there. Close your lips. Now your line's perfect. You're welcome. So I learned that one. It also creates a little bit of light on the outer edges and makes your lips look fuller. All right, so then we take the lip color. This is a cream matte. And again, these come together, the lipstick and the lip liner will come together as a set. So there you go. Now, if I had my translucent powder, which I don't seem to know what I did, I would do a dusting of translucent. And then to do a final touch on this today, a couple of times a year, we come out with Beauty That Counts products. And those are products that Mary Kay donates to our foundation for. So this quarter, we have 2 lip glosses. We have Pink Confident and Hopeful Lilac. And so if you were to purchase one of these, $1 would go to our foundation to support women and children fighting cancer and women and children surviving domestic violence. So you're doing some good. So I'm going to put this right on top. It's going to... Look at that. It gives it such a... Because I don't like matte lipsticks per se, right? So now I get my little bit of shimmer. So this is my look for today. Typically, I would do translucent powder and then finishing powder to lock it in. So I'm going to look for my translucent powder and put that on. But I hope this was helpful. I hope you learned some things. I'm here to help in any way, shape, or form. I love empowering women through Mary Kay and just making you feel pretty from the inside out. Thanks.